Hello, Accelerated Math 7-8. We are working in Module 14, and this is Lesson 20. Today, we are going to be working on a lesson that is called Every Line is a Graph of a Linear Equation. Our goal for today. Today, we will continue working with standard form and slope-intercept form of linear equations. The question that I want you to be thinking about in this lesson is what parts of slope-intercept form are the same as the parts of standard form, okay? So we're trying to find things that they have in common. Things to know. First, what we need to do is we need to look at this graph and we need to name the line. So here's our graph. You should be, at this point, very comfortable with naming the line. And, for me, the best way to name the line is to use slope-intercept form because we can locate everything that we need. So the first thing that we need to find is figure out what the M is, figure out what the B is, and then we can turn it into slope-intercept form. So the B for this line looks like, to me, that it's at 1. And the slope looks like you go down 1 and over 1, 2, 3. So the slope is negative. It's going to be down 1 over 3. Okay, so now that we have the slope and the y-intercept, now I can write it as y equals negative 1/3 x plus 1, and that's the name of this line right here. Okay, so then what we do is it says write an equation for the line in slope-intercept form, which I just did. So y equals negative 1/3 x, oops, I forgot the 1, negative 1/3 x plus 1. And then the last step is to transcribe the slope-intercept form into standard form. Okay, this is where it can get tricky if you don't realize how to work backwards. And so what we have to do is we have to take our y equals negative 1/3 x plus 1 and turn it back into standard form, which means that we have to have the x back over here. So in order to do that, we have to use what we've been doing all along, add the opposite to create 0 pairs. So we know this is a negative, so I'm going to add 1/3 x to both sides. When I do that, that creates a 0 pair here, and then I need to add 1/3 x over here. So when my result would be 1/3 x plus y, and it's plus y because y is positive, equals, what do I have left on this side? 1. Okay, and then one last step is we need to get this out of a fraction. So remember what we did several lessons ago, that when you have a denominator, all you have to do is multiply the whole thing by the denominator and then it gets rid of it. Because if you take 3 over 1 times 1 over 3x plus 3 times y equals 1 times 3, you now have no denominators because 3 times 1 is 3, 1 times 3 is 3, 3 divided by 3 is 1, so I'm left with 1x plus, then we took 3 times y, which gave us 3y, equals 3 times 1, which equals 3. So our standard form for that line is this, okay? And then if you wanted to prove it, to make sure that it was right, graph it, because you know how to graph these, okay? So it says, in standard form, if we do our little table, which I don't know if you guys love anymore, I truly don't love them because it's too much work, but we'll do it anyway. So we have x plus 3y equals 3. So if x is negative 1, so we have negative 1 plus 3y equals 3, so we're going to add 1 to both sides, and we get 3y equals 4, divide by 3, divide by 3, y equals 4/3. So we have when x is negative 1, y is 1 and 1/3. Okay, that's there. If x is 0, okay, so we have 0 plus 3y equals 3, so y has to equal 1. So that's 2 points that we can go. Okay, so at negative 1 and 1 and 1/3, so you have 1, and here's 2, and 1/3 would be about there. So there's that line. And then at 0, y has to be 1, so we would go to right here. Okay, and let's do, just because I want to see the whole picture, what happens when x is 1. So we would have 1 plus 3y equals 3. So we subtract 1 from both sides, and we get y equals 2/3. So this would be 2/3 for the y. And so over here at 1, you would go to 2/3, which is about there. And then this is our line. Okay? Does everybody see it? Do you see how that line matches that line up there? We could graph it up here so you could see it. So at -1, which is here, you go up 1 1/3. Ha-ha, check it out, it's on the line. Okay, at 0, you go up 1. Ha-ha, there it is right there. At 1, you go up 2/3. Ta-da, right there. So it is there. Okay, same line. All right, so do you know how to take slope-intercept form, find slope-intercept form, take it, and turn it into standard form? The answer is yes, you do. Okay, and that's all we're doing today. So today we will continue working with standard form and slope-intercept form of linear equations. What parts of slope-intercept are the same parts as the standard form? I would say that they have the same parts, but they've been transformed. So the slope is the same and the b is the same. They've just been transformed. Okay? All right, that's all I have for you in this lesson. I'll talk to you soon.